Now, on the previous video, I gave you the Q3 earnings summary report, which highlighted that, look, NIO is doing quite well. Though the guidance of the total deliveries that NIO is expecting to deliver right now in Q4 was reduced or came down by 25,000, NIO is still on track to reaching profitability. I mean, gross margins came at 13.9%. NIO's non-GAAP EPS came at 15 cents better, or minus 15 cents, which was far better than what was expected by Wall Street, which is 21 cents. This is something that is great. Now, during the live earning call, when NIO now was engaging with the some of the financial institutions, there were quite a number of things that NIO highlighted or flagged, which is very important, which is what I want to cover with you. But because there were so many things discussed, I'll just divide this session into two, meaning that there will be this video on the next one, which will sum up whatever was said during the live earning call. As you know that at the announcement of earnings, there is a live earnings call, or a session where it is an engagement, NIO responding to the questions relating to their earnings, which this is very important for you to know as they give us what we are to expect. What I want to touch with you is the upcoming models that NIO flagged or highlighted to say that they are coming. I mean, not only did NIO give us the roadmap as they had already signaled for 2023, but it appears that there is another model that is supposed to be launched under the sub-brand ONVO, which this one no one was thinking about, or no one thought about this model. But before we get to that model, please like this video, please subscribe, please hit or click that notification bell so that at least you can be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I mean, YouTube still tells me that some of you guys are just watching and have not subscribed, and it will be beneficial. I promise you, I'll do whatever I can to give you latest content on a daily basis. So please do like, do subscribe on this channel. I will continue giving you the content like how I am giving you right now, because look, it is important. These are the very same news that makes me to remain long and strong onto NIO during the time like this where we are seeing the stock price of NIO on a red. It is times like this where we need to accumulate, because we know NIO confirmed profitability, NIO confirmed quite a number of things, and the most important, NIO also gave even more information of what is to come. Now, without wasting any more of your time, as seen on the screen, you will notice that NIO, the first thing that, of course, they said is that there will be 3 models launched next year. We already know the 3 models. The first model is going to be the ES9, which is a completely new model. It's going to be a large SUV, bigger than the ES8, which is going to be so crazy. But that model, we do not expect a lot of volumes, because price-wise, it can even be more expensive than the ET9. ET9 is the most expensive car that you buy on NIO, because ET9 currently goes for like what, 800,000 RMB or $108,000, which shows you the amount of price that you need to pay for that car. That is the most expensive model, and we know the ES9 is coming, and it might take the throne in terms of the most expensive model, or mass-produced expensive model that you find at NIO, because SUV tend to be more expensive than sedan. So ES9 is coming. What is coming in the second quarter? There is going to be the ONVO L80. That is coming in the second quarter. Remember, they said 2 models will be launched in the second quarter of 2026, which those 2 models is the ES9, is the ONVO L80. We already know about that because the NIO CEO and the president have already told us. Now, in the third quarter, it is confirmed that the third model will then be launched. And this third model, we already know also which model is this. It is the NIO ES7. ES7, you will know that in terms of sales, previously it has been struggling like crazy, and therefore NIO decided to give this car a completely new revamp. A completely new, I think, look, which I think is going to be much better and it's going to be competitive, because look, NIO ensured that there is a difference between now the ES7 and the ES8, because previously ES7 was called a large SUV, but it did not do that well, because when people want a large SUV, they were going to an ES8, 5-seater ES8. Remember previously ES8, ES7, they were both 5-seaters. But right now what NIO did is that the ES8 is strictly 6 or 7-seaters, whilst the ES5 is going to be a large 5-seater SUV, meaning that if you want something large but a 5-seater, not a 6-seater, you can still go for this ES8. But if you want a medium SUV, you need to, there will be there of course an ES6. So NIO is making it clear that there's a medium SUV, there's a 5-seater large SUV, and a 6 to 7-seater SUV. This is what NIO has done or is trying to do, and in the third quarter of next year, NIO confirmed that there will be another model that will be launched, which is going to be the 5-seater SUV ES7. Now, something very interesting that is making me to discuss this, which NIO gave during the life's earning call, is that apparently ONVO sub-brand plans to extend launching just the L80 next year. There are news that just dropped that highlights that the ONVO is currently developing a product priced under 200,000 RMB, which will enable ONVO to cover mass market segment ranging from 100 to 300,000 RMB. Now, I think I already know what ONVO is going to launch. Now you will know that, look, ONVO already has got 3 SUVs. They've got a 6-seater SUV, 7-seater SUV L90. They've got they're going to launch a 5-seater large SUV, which is the L80. They've got a medium SUV called the L60. Now you already know what is missing to complete the piece of the puzzle, right? Or the overall piece of the puzzle. What ONVO is, the kind of model that ONVO is going to launch next year, or it might launch next year, it is going to be a sedan. ONVO is going to launch a sedan. Same way that you see NIO having a sedan, ONVO might launch a sedan. And the sedan might be a station wagon or touring version like the ET5 Touring, or the mid sedan like the ET5 mid sedan like the NIO main brand. But I think they might lean towards the touring version, because touring, we are seeing in the market of China, is that it is doing so well, and therefore what better way to go into the sedan by introducing the touring version. But I'm just saying it can be a sedan like the Xpeng's Mona 3 P7. It might be along those range, and I'm telling you, this model, the reason why I'm thinking that it's a sedan, and is because they say below 200,000 RMB, right? And wait, SUVs are more expensive compared to sedans, and the cheapest ONVO, which is the L60, starts around 206,000 RMB. If they are going to launch another model below 200,000, that tells me that obviously they are going to launch a sedan. We just don't know the type of sedan they would launch, but they are going to launch a sedan, because we know the only model that ONVO can launch which is lower than that 206,000 RMB or lower than 200,000 RMB, it has to be the sedan. So a sedan, it looks like it's coming. A sedan, it's something that we need to be prepared for. But anyways, let me not push it further. I want to leave these hot news as they are. Tell me what you think about this. I remain long, I remain strong on to NIO, and like I said, the rest of what was discussed, I don't know if I'll be able to cover it in the next video, but I'll try to compress everything, because there are news with relation to the chips, there are news in relation to the robots, there are news in relation to the gross margins, profitability, and more. So I'll try to compress all those news in the next video. So please make sure that you stay tuned. You don't get to miss the news that I'll be dropping for you. But anyways, let me leave this one here. I'll see you on the next one, my dear friends. That is all from me, and God bless you all.